direction of the end zone with as many Seahawks as you can and give someone a chance.
Rice is 6'4". Moore is 6'6". They're all to the right. Tate's the lone receiver to the left. The Packers playing at the goal line. As Wilson scrambles to keep it alive. The game's final play is a Wilson loft to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? Who they give it to? Touchdown! One guy goes up, touchdown. The other said no time. Has to be looked at because it's a score. Still have an official down there in the pile looking.
It's Russell Wilson.
They're fighting down at the bottom of the pile with Jennings still down there. Tate off the pile with the ball. We must have a definitive call. There was one touchdown signal. The Seahawks have won.
Previous play is under review.
You can't go to replay to determine who caught the ball. So that call has to be made on the field. You see the one guy go up touchdown and the other go timeout like it's a pick.
How does M.D. Jennings not get credit for the interception? I have no idea.
It looks like Jennings has the ball there. Let me bring in Jerry Austin. Very interesting. Seattle's in celebration mode here.
They go high. Jennings has the ball. He's bringing it in. When he gets to the ground, he's got it against his body. And Tate then pulls it away.
He's got two hands on it. The other one looked like it was a Jennings ball. But this official here, Jerry, goes up and signals touchdown. And see the other one going with that signal you would give for an interception, correct?
For a touchback, yes.
This is the most bizarre sequence you'll ever see at the end of the game. Let's watch the feet of Jennings. They're certainly inbounds. He had more of the ball as he comes down. And like you said, it's against his body.
Golden Tate gets away with one of the most blatant offensive pass interference calls I've ever seen. M.D. Jennings intercepts the pass, and Tate's walking out here as the player of the game. And unbelievable.
By rule, there must be an extra point try.
Aaron Rodgers is trying to figure out what's going on. The Packers are back on their sideline. The Seahawks have been moved back. They're now clearing the field.
Mike McCarthy's not going to believe this one. Watch Golden Tate push off. He's going to run down the field. He's going to push off and give himself a chance to play the ball. They rarely call OPI on the last play of the game. We've been saying that for years. But Tate is going to push off on Shields. And for the life of me, I don't know how M.D. Jennings doesn't have credit for an interception.
To me, it feels like a Jennings interception. And they're fighting with both hands on the ball. And, Jerry, you say the ball's kind of pressed to the chest of Jennings.
Yes, it's Jennings has the ball in his arms to his chest. Now, Tate has hands on the ball, but Jennings has the ball to his body. And it appears to me that that would be an interception.
Can you go? So here comes the referee now. Has looked at it under the hood. This is deciding who wins the game on this call.
Further review. The call on the field stands. Touchdown. Game is over.
Seahawks win in the most bizarre finish you'll ever see. You need to try an extra point. The game is not over. Rule the touchdown. They must try a conversion at extra point. And the Packers are saying, hey, go get out of here. We feel like we just got jobbed. We're not coming out for an extra point. Lisa's standing with Russell Wilson. So, Lisa, you go ahead first.
Russell, what happened on that last play?
Well, guys just made a play. You know, offensive line gave me enough time. You know, we practice that all the time, and Golden Tate came up with a big play. Never give up, man. That's what I told the guys before we went out there. We got time. Defense made a huge stop and gave us an opportunity. And we capitalized in front of our crowd.
What was going through your mind, not knowing if it was going to be a touchdown, play was reviewed? What was going through your mind?
I had a feeling it was going to be a touchdown. We came too far not to be a touchdown. You know, I knew it was. I just had a feeling, you know, and we never gave up. That was a huge opportunity for us to beat the Packers right there.
The offense struggled for most of the game. When you got the ball back with 40-something seconds left in the game, what was your mindset?
Just give us an opportunity. Leon did a good job of getting the ball back to where we could make a play, and we just capitalized, kept moving the ball down the field, took some shots. Coach Carroll's done a great job of making us do that all week, ever since training camp and everything, of just 2-minute situations. Hardly any time left on the clock, and we came up big.
He was fired up. I saw him hug you twice. What did he say to you?
He said, great job not giving up, you know. That's what you're here for, you know, and we're blessed to have this opportunity. It's a huge win for us.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Hawks.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Now, Green Bay has left the field. This reminds me of a Buffalo game in New England where I think it was the Patriots that left, it was the Bills that left, and then Adam Vinatieri kicked an extra point, ran it in for a 2-point conversion. Seattle will have to go try a 2-point conversion by rule. However, we're watching the officials walk off the field to the right, to our left, excuse me, as the Packers walk off to our right. The ref just asked Mike McCarthy at midfield about it, and McCarthy said, forget it. And he took off with his team, so they will not try the extra point. This is another rule mistake in enforcement in this entire fiasco of a referee situation. The Seahawks walk away with the win. They're on now with the communicator. They're going to bring the Seahawks back, I believe.
They should give them the game. They should give Green Bay the game is what they should do. Yep. There's no way Green Bay should fly 6,000 miles home after losing a game like this. That's what instant replay's for. I don't like the way this game finished. I have a bad taste in my mouth.
And Wayne Elliott's on the communication with upstairs because they're in the communication with the league office to get the rule properly. Let's go back to the play again as Wilson kept it alive, John.
Well, it's pass interference. We talked about that on Golden Tate. He gets away with it clearly. And I thought Jennings had the interception.
And you have always told us, John, offensive pass interference is almost never called on these Hail Mary plays.
Exactly right. You know, Green Bay is going to have a hard time getting over this, not just because of this play, but it was 1st and 30. They called a terrible pass interference call on Sam Shields against Sidney Rice. And then to lose a game on 2 plays like this, I've never seen anything like it. Too much at stake, too much hard work. Tragic.
You see, it feels like Jennings has more of the ball than Tate does at that point, just as you look at it there. Now the referee is running back as you watch one more look at this replay for this meaningless extra point that they're still trying to figure out if they need to perform or not. I'm going to bring Jerry Austin back in here for a second. Jerry, let's talk about the rule of simultaneous possession in a play. Simultaneous possession always go to the offense, even if the defense has their hands on it first.
That's correct. If it's simultaneous, that means both players are possessing the ball. But on this, Jennings is going
for the ball.
Jennings is going the ball. He brings it to his chest. All Tate has on it is one arm.
Yeah.
And then the official comes in and rules touchdown.
But Pete Carroll is right down there, and now he's down on the field with Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Pete, have you ever seen anything?
Hey, Chris, give me 11.
Just a minute, Mike.
But he's saying get me 11 guys because they're making him come back and do the extra point. Go ahead.
Just tell me what happened.
Yeah. The rule is you have to finish the game, so we have to kick the extra point. It happened to us years ago in New England against Buffalo. So these guys got to come back out and kick it without them on the field. That's just the rules. I don't know where the officials took off. I don't know what to tell you. But we'll do it.
The last play of the game. How did that? Tell me about the last play.
Well, we had a protection to keep Russell alive, so we have 2 or 3 looks and see where we want to put the football, and it's just total desperation. And he went to a guy that can really make things happen. Golden Tate did a great job to make that play for us.
I saw you hug Russell twice. What did you say to the kid?
Well, this is what it is. He's got to make things like this happen if he's going to be big time, which he is, and he will.
So now you're going to kick a point after with no one on the field.
Yeah, I'm going to go down and watch it, okay?
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Lisa. The Packers are being told that they need to send some folks back out here, and they're not getting the greatest response, I would imagine, at this point. You have some Packers coming out with their helmets on for this. I've got to wonder if this play, John, we have said all the way through this, got to play through plays, got to play through this play or that play. When it impacts the end of a game and the outcome of a game, Is this the impetus to change this lockout situation? We don't know. Time will answer that. But offensive pass interference, an apparent interception, simultaneous possession, a lot of things going on.
Here comes some Green Bay Packers back on the field. This is comical to me, really. Mike, I tell you, that's two of the worst calls at the end of a football game I can remember.
I agree with you, John. Just to get to the real specifics of the rule, it's not a simultaneous catch if a player gains control of the ball first, and then the opponent, Jerry, subsequently gains joint control. So if Jennings had it first, and then you have simultaneous possession, coming down to the ground with control would be the key factor there on if it's simultaneous possession or not. Now the Packers are coming back out, and they've brought 11 players out for this cosmetic-only extra point.
I've lost controversial games in the past, and controversy is one thing, but to me this is another.
There was no time in the clock, so there's no kickoff after this. Potential for an onside kick. And the Packers are really doing a classy solid here by coming out even for this. I don't know if I could ask 11 of my guys to come out after you've been jobbed the way they have. And there is M.D. Jennings, who thought he had the game-winning play. And we're not taking anything away from Wilson or Tate or the effort they made.
Great effort
on that fourth down play.
And Russell Wilson, we all remember the Hail Mary that Michigan State dropped on Wisconsin, the heartbreak that he went through.
And now,
crazy game.
The game is over.
This will cause a stir in some houses, I tell you that.
"43 years of Monday nights, 92 years of the National Football League, and there have been some strange ones. But this one, right up there. The Seahawks are 2-1. The Packers are 1-2, and have one of the worst flights home ever. Final score in Seattle: Seahawks 14, Packers 12. With John Gruden, Lisa Salters, our entire ESPN crew, Mike Tirico saying goodnight from Seattle. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Don't worry, the conversation about this one has just begun. SportsCenter is next.